Okay, hello everyone, and today I'm going to do a tutorial on how to create an animated parallax map for RPG Maker VX. To start off with, you'll need a few things. You'll need to get an RPG script, an RGSS2 script called Animated Parallax, and this is by Modern Algebra, and you can find it on RMRK resource kit, and I will provide a link to the script in the description. Now, to start off with, what you need to do is you need to have a tile set created, either commissioned or you make it yourself. This one was commissioned. And then you need to have your 3 animated frames, and we're going to make a waterfall for the purpose of this tutorial. So what you do is you select the first frame in your animation. You need to copy this one and you need to paste it into a new map, like so. What you must always ensure is in some graphics programs, I think it's GIMP, I'm not sure, when you paste on top, you actually go on the same layer. You must make sure that it's all on different layers, otherwise it won't work, and you'll see why in a minute. So what you do now is you'll want to do blending options, and you want to turn down the opacity just slightly, just enough so it's more of a shadow and a template than anything else, and you'll see why in a second. So what you do now is you go on to your second frame, so you can just click and drag this over for simplicity, and you copy this frame. This is the second frame in your animation, and you're going to paste it as a new layer on top. Now, the reason I said to change the opacity of this one to, of your first layer, just lower it, is for this reason. If I am now to flick between the frames as the script will for you in your game, you will find out that actually the floor is moving, and of course you don't want that. So what you do by lowering this is it means you can be a little bit more, it's less confusing, because of course the images are very similar, and this way you can zoom in and you can actually position your second layer perfectly on top, because there's actually a change in the way it looks, as you can see, depending on how bad or good your eyesight is, depending on how low you want to put the opacity of this one too. I've got it at about 60, but it depends on what mood I'm in and whether I'm tired. But yes, layer 2, and you just position it over the top and ensuring that you're pretty much on there perfectly. Feel free to zoom in as much as you want just to make sure, but you need to have it so that they literally are overlapping, so that each layer, when you flick between the two layers, obviously once you've increased the opacity back to 100%, you will see only what you want to move. As you can see, once again, I've actually got it shaking from side to side, which is really stupid and will not look right in your game, which means that I haven't quite got it right yet. So I'm going to go back down to 60%, and I'm then going to go on to layer 2 and zoom in again and see where I went wrong. With it on a lower opacity, you can move it around, you can actually see what you've done wrong. Okay. So there we are. I think I've corrected it. If not, then just go back and do it again until the animation looks right. Okay, that should work now. That's at 100, good. Then when you flick between the two, all you should get moving is, in this case, the water, or the thing that you want moving. So, now that you've got the first frame, it's time to do the same frame. Now, but this time, get rid of your first frame, so that you're only working with 2 frames at a time. Then you can lower the opacity again. Not that by that much, but it depends on how dry it is, like I said earlier. And then you're going to go on to your final frame of the waterfall. Copy that one and then paste it as a new layer on top. Once again, just as before, make sure that the previous layer has got a lower opacity, just so that you can move it around so you can get it right on top with no problems. Once you've done that, return this layer back to 100 and then remove 2, and then you'll be working with number 1. Zoom right out, and just before you start to save, check that they haven't moved again. That's cool. And then you go on to layer 3, and then you can flick between your layers of visibility just to test it, to see that it looks okay. And if you're happy, then you can go on to saving them. Now, if we look at this script, you will see that they have an important instruction for you to see. If I zoom in here, it's telling you that you need to have an underscore 1, so that it just basically, it means the script can tell which frame it is. You start from 1 and you go up, so you must remember this when you are making your script. If we go back here and deselect all your frames apart from your first frame, then you're going to go up to File and Save As. PNG is what I would suggest, because it's probably the best save your file. As you can see, I've already done one. So if you save it as, let's save it as fountain this time. So fountain, and always remember to do the underscore 1. It just means that the script can read it then, and it understands that that's your first frame of the animation, and then it's going to flick between the second one. And then all you need to do is save it. Click OK to any options you have. Then you take off your first frame, and then you move on to your second frame, just your second frame, on its own. And once again, you follow the same instructions, changing it to a suitable format, renaming it, but this time you do frame 2. This is frame 2, so you're going to save it as underscore 2, like so. And then finally, to finish this all off, we're going to save our final frame. Fountain 3. Remember to underscore 3 because it's your third layer, and save that one. Okay. And that should be it. Thank you very much. Links to the script below for you, and hope that helps. Thank you very much, and see you soon.